If you want to make better one-wheel videos, then this one is definitely for you. Today I'm taking you through a few of my actions and ideas when making one-wheel videos while shooting an actual video in the forest. And at the end of the video I will show you the full sequence that I intended to make. So heyo, let's go! We're in the forest today, very cold day, a wet day. As you can see, there's mud everywhere and my vest is still out of order, out of service, which makes for an enduro slick growler tire, very small. So that's gonna be interesting today in the forest. Let's see if we can just have some fun. I just felt like having a little session. It is hella cold, so I don't think the battery is gonna last that long, but let's just give it a try, see what we can find. No doubt that we're gonna get dirty today. At least we can ride. I can already feel it sliding the moment that I put a little bit of pressure on that is getting deeper and deeper as I get deeper to the forest, but there seems to be a little pathway. Luckily the people, the pedestrians, are making the path around the mud. Oh, and there's even a path around here that crosses the creek. Oh, looks interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Piece of the trail. Let's dive into it. My eyes are tearing up from the cold and I can't really see that well. So I had the idea, I found a little nice lane with a few bunkers and I'm gonna go through the line that you just saw me doing. Now I'm gonna place the GoPro in different angles so that you can see how to make your one-wheel videos interesting by just adding some fixed angles on your GoPro or smartphone, whatever you have available. So first off, we have a nice little bunker here. So now I'm gonna look for an angle around here where you can easily see me bunking. And I usually always try to take the front side of the rider because that's the most visually interesting side to film. You don't want to have all these buttholes when you have a one-wheel video. You want to have the face of the person going in front, and all depending on what kind of trick you are doing, you want to have that camera in the right angle to face forward. So let's do that.
Sorry, you stand up.
Small but very fun, and for these kind of small jumpies it's always good to have your camera low to the ground so that you can make it look a little more bigger, because a lot of spots are never justified on cameras. That's why we try to get as close to the action as possible and low to the ground. And look what we have here, another little bunk obstacle that I want to try. So let's set up the camera around here so that I face forward and that I have little of the jump there and as much room as possible for the landing, so that you can actually see me land and right away. That's the intention. So let's set this up. Whew. Gotta see the jump, of course. So jump over there, lots of room to film the landing and enough headspace to clear the jump. Let's try this. Feels so nice to do it. Alright. I hope that's a success, because on the small screens of the GoPros you often don't really see it. Although you have the screen, you can project it on your smartphone, but to me it takes too much time. In the meantime, I've gotten pretty used to the range of the GoPro. So the tip here is to play around with your machines as much as possible until you know what the exact angling is. And sometimes we take two angles and make sure that we can play around with them as well. So let me throw in another angle from here to make sure that we have the action and the landing. Second angle locked. So let's see what else is available here. Just saw a little root coming out of this little bump here. It's like a small, it's not even a bump, but it's a roller, smaller roller, and it has it right on top, which if you jump far enough you have a small little bit of a landing. So let's get some speed from that way and get this one in. Let's see if we can handle it from here. Try to get a flat image as possible and have some room for the landing as well. Alright, let's see if we can do that. Camera rolling. Under the impression that I have a better bunk on the other side, so let's try the other side as well. Whoop whoop. And to get the front, I need to be located over here. Oops. All small but good fun. Let's have another angle of this one as well. And as you now see, I'm going against the sunlight over there and the whole image is getting dark. And with the GoPro you can easily tap the backside of the screen and it will fixate your lighting in that position. So let me put that back. As you can see, it gets rather dark fast, and now I'm gonna click on the bottom, keep on pushing the screen, and now it locks the lighting onto the ground rather than the air. So I want to have it somewhere in the middle, so I get both of them in there and fix it with tapping the OK sign. And now I have a lot better lighting on my GoPro. Simple trick, but sometimes necessary, especially when you film against the light. There's actually 4 of these right behind each other. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's really nice to hit them all together. So I'll try to take you on a follow shot to show you how fun this spot is. Sometimes the fun is really in the small pieces of trail you find. You can sometimes, if you really look for some cool spots, just have fun in a stretch of 1 kilometer of trail if you just keep your eyes open. So let's flip the camera and take you along for the whole run. Never been able to check this area due to the mushy nature. Let's see what it. I already feel myself floating aside. There's some flight tracks. Keep it going. Now I know why I never came this route. And with this being such a cold day, definitely need to keep that battery in check. Currently have no idea where I'm at. Seems to be the other side of the forest, so we'll see what we can come up with battery wise. Okay, 54%, halfway, which is pretty, yeah, didn't do that much. 3.7 kilometers, but it's winter, stock battery, it's normal behavior. 10 kilometers, playfulness, and we're gone. Google Maps to see where I'm at. I'm exploring a whole new part of the forest, which is always nice. The Onewheel is very handy in getting you around and making sure that you can cover a lot of ground. But since I'm already at half battery, I'm not gonna take it too far. I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. Okay, that's in the direction of the road, so I need to go that way. Always tuck in your belongings and close your pockets. Something very important, because if you jump around, you're gonna lose stuff. Hup. Okay, what's going on? Onewheel shut off. Don't want to have that right here. All right, back on track. A good old power cycle, and we're good to go. Fine job in conquering the Belgian mud for the last session. Alexis also had a session, and he was surprised. Small tire, good fun. And that's something that I really like, the playfulness of having like a fine size board, but then the kickstar one sizer. So much fun. I'm already in it. Was to be expected. Oh, Up. Big bump. There used to be a good one here, but it's all covered in dirt. Let's see if it's still shreddable. Oh yeah, there's something in there. Still a little pulp. Just need to get it out there. Let's set up the camera for another angle. I'm close to the car. If I run out of battery right here, I can walk it. All good. So in here it's a bit harder to get that front faced angle because there's a lot of plants here in the angle that I actually need to get my front. And if I put it very low, it will be hidden by all the bushes. You cannot even see the jump right here. So that's something to take into mind when placing your camera. It's not always the front facing angle that is gonna be or gonna do the trick. Sometimes you gotta get creative and get a bit higher up, get different angles and play around. That's the best thing, what works for you. Just try to do something that you are happy with and that you feel good about. That's the main thing. When creating something, always make sure that you feel good about what you are doing. And if it resonates with other people, that's a good thing. If it doesn't, it's something that you made for yourself. Not the easiest one because the root is hard to spot due to the overgrown nature. Last time I tried this with Vizzle, had a lot less tail drag. So let's add another angle from the takeoff, and then I also will do one while riding, so that I have the approach, that I have the takeoff, landing, and maybe even a cool arty-farty shot from that jump. Let's see if we can get across the plants here. A bit higher up, so that I'm in the full picture if I'm jumping. Let's hope if I fly now that I'm here, all in the image. So I have these shots to play with. Now I'm gonna do one with a full run so that I have the approach as well to get a good image of the whole surroundings and the spot. As you can see, if you run into it, it's well hidden here in the bushes, the takeoff from where you're coming. And that, my peeps, is how you set up your camera to do different shots and make sure that you can all stick it together afterwards. Okay, and before my GoPro battery dies and my Onewheel battery dies, I have one more jump or one more drop to tackle. It's a must do. Check out the view of the castle. And right up here next to the water we have this curved bench, which is perfect to drop into this downhill. Just right on and right off. And again, we're going for the multiple angles. So now I got an angle with the full obstacle and the drop, and now I want to have more of the landing in the image. So let's go this way. Some dirt under the tripod to make it even and flat. And this sensor is famous for ghosting, so I'll get away from the water now. Or maybe one more drop with the camera in hand. So that's about it for today. We had a good run. All batteries are blinking red, so we're not gonna go past the 20% because we know what that has in store. A good nosedive. If you want to enjoy some good nosedive stories, check out the Nosedive podcast, a new project that I have going on with Mark. We have been having a lot of fun talking to people in the community, familiar and not so familiar, and that's what we want to do, shine a light on everybody that puts a lot of effort, heart and soul into the community. And on that note, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Peace out, and I'll see you on the next one. Bam!